What's going on, my beautiful wolf gang? Today we're going to be talking about characters, movesets, and predictions, but the only characters that we can actually discuss about and have video proof is Mirio, the new Shiggy, slightly Bakugo, and a hint of shoot style Deku. That's only because of his projectile. So before we dive into the video, I just want to thank Big Smoke for actually looking at each video and time stamping each moveset that each character is doing. Berto for allowing me to do a video to showcase certain movesets, and I couldn't get a hold of PS360, but thank you, fam. Credit him, of course, because I needed a video to show Mirio's moveset. So with that being said, guys, if you're new to the channel, turn on the bell for notifications, leave likes for this video, and let's go ahead and dive into it. So before we go ahead and jump into Mirio's moveset, I need you guys to know each button map that we have. So we have a target combo, which obviously means the first, the basic bread and butter when you're just constantly tapping the light. Togas, for example, where you're just constantly tapping square, and the button for Switch and Xbox. We have the air combo, of course, Q1, which means Quirk 1. Now Quirk 1 would be when Toga would fire her needles, and when she's able to transform into your opponent, it would be Deku's flick, and etc. Todoroki's fireball. Quirk 2 would be Toga throwing her knives, Todoroki doing his ice, and etc. Each character would have a charge Quirk 2. Not all characters have this though. So a charge Quirk 2 for Toga would be, her charging up her knives. TQ2, which stands for Tilt Quirk 2, is when your character, let's use Bakugo for example. His TQ2 would be the grab. We already know what TQ2 for Toga's is when she spins around, hits you with the knife, and if you tap the button again, it sends you flying. We all know armored move, aerial armored move, red move, PU1, which is plus ultra 1, and PU2, which is plus ultra 2. I will leave the mapping in the description below for Xbox users, PC, and Switch as well. So let's go ahead and dive into Mirio's. Now Mirio's target combo, which is a 4-hit combo, which throws away your opponent, forcing you to DC to follow up. Not so good. You could DC after the 3rd hit because it looks like Mirio actually delays it a little bit, which allows you to dash cancel. So that's the first combo he has. And the next combo he has is his air combo, which is a 3-hit combo which throws the enemy downwards. Most likely this will probably be a combo ender unless you can add into Aizawa support, which actually there's a lot of characters that have combo enders that allow Aizawa to grab them before they actually get slammed to the ground. So this most likely would be a good combo ender for support such as Ochako, Aizawa, maybe Kyoka, depending if you time it right. Now Mirio's Quirk 1, which is clearly when he attacks with different punches, much like a before style Shigaraki, which flows beautifully with normal attacks, as you can see right here. This looks very, very cool looking, especially if you can dash cancel afterwards. Now Mirio's Quirk 2, this is where it gets a little tricky because me and Big Smoke was trying to figure out how his phasing works. So what Big Smoke came up with is when you start holding down the button, you would activate the phase quirk, which will allow you to simply walk through any attack, and as soon as you release it, you will stop glowing and you would jump back to deliver a strong punch, as you can see when he does it against All for One, which then sends the enemy flying, but the attack will not activate your quirk if you just got up or you pressed it too quickly. Now this definitely could turn in tables of such as fights when it comes to playing with Mirio, because you can simply fake dash at your opponent, and as soon as they try to shoot you with a quirk or an ability, you can simply phase through it, thus allowing you to attack your opponent. So there can definitely be some turntables when it plays with Mirio. Now Mirio's Tilt Quirk 2. Seems like Mirio will go underground and deliver an uppercut that sends both him and his enemies to the sky. Now I don't know if you can dash cancel after this, but it seems like, I'm pretty sure they would allow that to happen. Seems like you'll probably be able to dash cancel afterwards. Mirio's armored move, which is he charges up for a 2-hit combo that sends the enemy very far. Most likely it would be hard to follow up after it. Now we couldn't find this. Big Smoke didn't have any luck for it. I want to say I've seen Mirio do his armored move before. If you guys have seen it before, please let me know in the comment section below. Next up we have Mirio doing his arrow armored move, which he delivers a single blow that will send the enemy even higher. Most likely it would be compared to Stain's armored move when he knocks you up, but you can't, most likely you probably won't be able to combo into it. It seems like you have to catch your opponent off guard with it, but most likely you can dash cancel afterwards and hit and combo your opponent. Next up, we have Mirio's armored move, not armored move, his unblockable red move. Single hit, pretty fast, allows you to follow up with a target combo, definitely pretty fast when getting hit by this. Now, Mirio's plus Ultra 1, Big Smoke says he probably feels like they're going to be another one, which is by the final release. Don't know yet, but I do have a footage of it. But here you go, guys. This is how his plus Ultra 1 looks. Pretty interesting to look at, and I like it. Me personally, I like his plus Ultra 1. Before I get into his plus Ultra 2, guys, I happened to find his armor move that was on the ground. As you can see here, it's quickly a knee that slams you across the map. Definitely feels like you won't be able to do anything after this, but guys, we were able to find his ground armored move. So there you go, Big Smoke. I got you, fam. I found it. Next up, we have his plus Ultra 2, which the animation, Mirio kicks the enemy to start off the animation. He then dodges each enemy's hits, goes through enemy attacks just like he does when he's referencing his appearance in the anime and manga. Now what you're seeing is most likely a not finished version, because he did it in the new gameplay trailer and the animation looked way better compared to how he's looking when he's doing it for All For One. But like I said before, the more I look at this, the more I like it, because at first when I saw it, I was just like, I don't like this plus Ultra 2. But now I definitely like how they did Mirio with his plus Ultra 2. So that's Mirio's moveset, guys. Let me know if you actually are going to main Mirio, or you're going to use Mirio, or you're going to be cheesing with Phase Quirk. Please let me know in the comment section below. And next up, we're going to move on to the homie New Shigaraki. I call him Shigaraki. New Shiggy. So first off, Shigaraki's first combo is a 3-hit combo that will end with a kick that sends the enemy forward into the air. Most definitely, you would definitely need to dash cancel to follow up, because if you don't, it just looks extremely weird. Next up, we have Shigaraki's aerial combo, which is a 4-hit combo that leads Shigaraki grabbing the enemy and bringing him down to the ground, which causes a hard knockdown. Now, I feel like somebody's going to find some type of way where as soon as Shigaraki grabs you, they're going to do some type of support where it glitches and Shigaraki ends up grabbing air and you get stuck in air, something like that. I feel like somebody's going to figure something out with that. Next up, we have Shigaraki's Q1, which is a hand swipe attack like an OJ1, but instead he has different particles than normal attacks. Next up, we have his TQ1, which is Shigaraki, who will perform an armored attack that will knock the enemy down. We don't know if it's going to work like Stains plus Ultra 1, where it allows you to just stay on the ground stumbled, and you can actually combo afterwards. The way Deku falls to the ground makes me feel like it's gonna happen. Like, I don't think it's a hard knockdown, because it just looks too bland and weird for it to be a hard knockdown. So I feel like as soon as Deku lands, you will be able to do something afterwards. Let me know if you think the same way in the comment section below about that. Next up, we have Shigaraki's Q2. Shigaraki will touch the ground, creating a long puddle of his decay quirk. Has a long range and allows you to dash cancel after it, regardless if it's gonna hit you or not. Pretty, not broken, but it's pretty useful in my opinion the way that's happening. Now his aerial Q2, which allows him to force himself to perform a backflip and send himself backwards and downwards. Most likely this would be useful to dodge attacks. Don't know if this is going to hit your opponent if he does it as soon as he lands. Don't know yet, but as you can see, he's there doing it when he's not even near his opponent. So most likely it's definitely an evasive move. His TQ2, Shigaraki would do something similar to his Q2, but instead he slides along the attack and he throws the enemy upwards. Don't know if you're going to be able to dash cancel afterwards, but just sliding and throwing his enemy upwards is what his TQ2 would be. Next up, he has an aerial TQ2, which then Shigaraki would drop to the ground and does his Q2. So most likely similar to how his Q2 is when he, creates a long puddle, but instead he drops to the ground and does it. His armor move, Shigaraki raises his hand and touches the ground, creating a puddle on the ground similar to similar to one's Justice Shigaraki when, his puddle. It seems like this Shigaraki's armored move will be his puddle this time. His aerial armor move, Shigaraki does a motion similar to Dabi's aerial armor move from One's Justice 1, but instead it seems like Shigaraki makes them bounce, unlike Dabi. So it hits the enemy downwards and makes them bounce in one single hit, unlike Dabi's that hits you on multiple hits and knocks you down. But this time Shigaraki does the same thing, but instead it's a single hit and causes you to bounce. Shigaraki's red unblockable move will launch forward and touch you to break your guard. Pretty fast in my opinion, and definitely useful when it comes to guard pressure. His plus Ultra 1, beautiful animation. Shigaraki will start to hit the enemy automatically and end up with a high damage puddle, which is most likely to be vulnerable until the puddle so assist, or until the puddle goes away, or the assist may interrupt it easily. Now the way this plus Ultra 1 looks, I feel like somebody can come in and help Shigaraki and allows him to combo extend it, because that grab is very sketchy. feel like you can definitely extend this Plus Ultra 1. Somebody's going to find some way. Now this Plus Ultra 2, beautiful Plus Ultra 2, Shigaraki will swipe the air to start the cinematic cutscene, and he reaches out, of course, and the person you're going against slap his hands away. Shigaraki will then have some back and forward with the enemy, like I mentioned earlier, and he will end up nailing them to the ground and stepping on them, and with the beautiful animation that ends at the end. So that's Shigaraki. Now, I definitely want to use this Shigaraki more than the regular Shigaraki because, like I said earlier, guys, I don't know if you actually paid attention, but the Shigaraki that's on One's Justice 1, they changed him. The move that he does, which is his Quirk 1, where he constantly claws you for multiple hits, that just does one single hit now. His throw does not throw you to a wall anymore. It causes you to bounce like Shigaraki. So imagine Shigaraki's aerial move, like I mentioned, that was Dabby's. That's what Shigaraki from One's Justice 1 grab does now. It makes you bounce, which is kind of weird in my opinion. Now we're going to move on to Bakugo. Nothing really about Bakugo that we caught on that just seems really new. It's the way the character was playing with Bakugo seems really tricky. It's definitely similar to his One's Justice, but it seems like Bakugo does have some added moves. His aerial armor move now makes you bounce. He does have, for his Q1, he still makes a small explosion, which of course you can spam rapidly like other people do it. Allowing it to, if you hold it, it will allow you to fire forward as a projectile. And it seems like he has a little small pellet that actually just stands there. As you can see right here when he's fighting Mirio, he shoots the small pellet, but it goes through Mirio. His TQ2 was definitely a grab that he could perform anywhere in One's Justice 1, but Big Smoke feels like that's the TQ1 that he does when he hits Bakugo. He hits Mirio and it causes him to bounce, but I feel like that's just a regular Q1. Maybe I could be lying. Big Smoke feels like his grab isn't in the game. They haven't done it yet. Either they haven't done it yet or they took the grab out. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Last but not least is Shoot Style Deku. We all know he still has the same armor move that makes you bounce. He still have the same kicks where he spins 3 times and kicks you. He does have a projectile. Now with the projectile, guys, do you think that's a new move that's added, or do you think that's a new move that they replaced with another move? Do you think they still have the move where Deku slides in your DMs and then launches you up into the air, or do you think they replaced that move with a projectile? Me personally, I think it's a new move. It could be a Tilt Quirk 2, because once again, he doesn't have a Tilt Quirk, not Tilt Quirk 2, a Tilt Quirk 1. Could be that. I feel like they still are probably going to keep the sliding and DMs moveset. But with that being said, guys, let me know what you think of these movesets. Let me know who moveset seems more interesting. Is it Mirio's or Shigaraki's? Let me know who you're going to pick more, Shigaraki or Mirio. Love you guys, and thanks again. Once again, thank you, Big Smoke. Thank you, Dirk, for allowing me, not Dirk. Hey, Dirk, how you doing? Thank you, Berto, for allowing me to use the video. Same with you, PS360. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't mind me using this. I really appreciate it. That being said, guys, let me know your opinions in the comment section below. Love you guys, and I will see you later.
Jose, yeah.